Alright guys, the more we find out about this update, the more we realize it is even bigger than we thought. And there is a ton of new mounts. I already told you guys about the fox and the boar and the armored boar, but there's even more. It seems like there's even more than that. So, and then there's also more weapons than we thought that there were. So let's go ahead and open the caches. Let's see if we can get some of these new weapons. It seems like there are 6 flasks in total. And so we're trying to find them, but they're not, there's no easy way to get them. They don't seem to be in the season rewards at all. Let me check again though, just to make sure I'm not like, just didn't check. You would think that they would put all of the flasks in here. It's new, or, get us more excited about them. But they haven't. They just kept it in the crafting menu, which is awesome, great. But it's like they didn't think, oh, people are going to want these new weapons, which is kind of silly. If you think about it, of course we're going to want the new weapons to see them. Yeah, they're not anywhere in there. So we got to just do Odin's, and we got to see if we can get the tasks. Nope, no flask here. Should I go and grab it? No. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this stuff. I don't know why, but might as well, right? Alright. What? Okay. So they made a lot of changes. You can use the horse in the this area, which is awesome to be able to use the horse in this area, but I don't know if you're supposed to be able to use, I wonder if you could use the horse in Odin's itself. I'll find out. But right now we're really trying to get these flasks, and it's it's just like randomly added into the pool of weapons. So dang it. Okay, well, it's pretty awesome to get that, but alright, we're just gonna grab all this stuff. This is awesome. Okay, and now we're gonna go into the Royal Treasury. One last chance. It's just been so hard to find these extra flasks, but I've already shown you guys these. Actually, I don't know if I showed you this one in the last video. It's very similar to the other one. It looks like it has a longer range than it actually does. It's pretty, or at least it's a slow attack. So like if you're trying to attack a giant with it, they're gonna end up getting a hit on you. So that really stinks. But it is a good team weapon. And no flask. Man, this is really bothering me, but alright. Well, I'll come back for some of this stuff. So, yeah, that was a failed experiment. Or not a failed experiment. I've got to just keep going at it. I open it every 2 days. I'm trying to reset Odin's. Trying to do really whatever I can to get those flasks so that I can make a video showing you all of the flasks. But there's a lot of other stuff to show you guys, so let's go and let's try to do it. I love that they added to where you have the horse here. That's always been one of those things where it's like, I should be able to ride up on my horse, from traveling. Not to mention, I should be able to get on my horse to travel away from Odin's, if I want to go. That was something you couldn't do traditionally, so I like that they added mounts in more places. So let me go into here. So one that I missed, and I don't know how I missed it. There it is, the Ice Fox. Okay, y'all see that? It looks really cool. Okay, you can get the Ice Fox. It's such a cool aspect of this game. Let me show you a picture of it. Y'all see this? Miko over here in the OBT's already gotten it. It just looks really cool. I'm trying to get Miko to send me the stats of the fox so that we can get it. But there is a place that I think I can show you the stats, so we're going to go to Newheim real quick and see if we can't find all of the stats that we need. They added a bunch of new, all of the different mounts on here, so we're going to see if we can pull that up right here. Okay, so when you go here, so we've got the horse, as we're used to. We got the riding horse, which stats are just a little bit better. Then we got the wolf, Again, this is all stuff we're used to. Then they added the Northern Wolf. This is new. They didn't used to have this tab. You can see here that there's not much differences between the Northern Wolf. In fact, I don't see any differences other than the extra armor. You can see the resilience is 40 with the Armored Wolf. But other than that, I'm not sure if there are many other differences. But there's more. We got lots more. So we got the bear, which, you know, we're used to. Now we got the fox. And the fox, this is so cool, guys. So the fox allows you, it has 20 armor, which isn't great, but it's got really good movement speed. I mean, you can see here, it's almost as much as the bear. But look at this perk. Invisibility makes the rider and the fox invisible for 5 seconds. Okay, that's a legendary perk, but it's pretty amazing. And then there's the Trickster, which I think I like maybe even more, where when dismounted, you become stealth for 5 seconds. I mean, that is going to be a game changer for PvP. If you're hunting someone down, you can just, boom, go invisible, run behind them, run into them. I mean, that's going to be, honestly, I think it's the best for a protector to be able to just dismount and run into the enemy, and it seems like you are legitimately stealth. Like it's not like the Archmage where if they get close enough to you, which is actually makes it more powerful, you immediately go invisible, you run into the enemy team, and you're like, surprise, you taunt all of them, and damage reflect while your team runs in. So it is gonna be, I think the fox might end up being the best for the tank, but there's another one that's even more amazing. That's the boar. Stun wave for 4 seconds, stuns all opponents in the affected area. So I don't know how hard it is to use this charge, but you can see here that the speed of the boar is actually faster than the bear. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's so crazy. Okay, let's go to the fox. Yeah, there we go. So it seems to be just a skin difference, which it could be just a skin difference. But usually when they have like an armored boar, there's better stats. But I guess not, because, okay, here's the armored horse, and they all have the same stats. Okay, so even if you get the crazy armored boar, it's just a skin change. But don't get me wrong, the boar is pretty legendary when you think about the 10 extra slots, faster than the bear. It doesn't have as much resilience as the bear. So if you're really going for, you know, being able to run through a zone and not get knocked off your bear. The bear has the leap, you know, stun all enemies in a landing point. The boar seems to stun people in an affected area. So I'm not 100% sure how the stun wave is going to go. I'm actually never even seen the leap. So a lot of these legendary traits are something that are not common, you know, which I hope they change someday in the future. But I don't know. Kefir's still, you know, making money for their projects. So it may be a while before that becomes commonplace and we can see it in PvP. Not to mention PvP can be kind of difficult, except for every 2 hours. PvP can be kind of difficult to find. So, but that's it. So this is so the fox is kind of like the new wolf, except way better. You got that invisibility. Honestly, if you could get invisibility and Trickster, it would be, and quick legs. That would be the maxed out fox. If you want the ideal fox, the one that is, you know, if you're a protector and you're like, I want to have the best mount for a protector in the game, then my guess is that the invisibility, quick legs, and Trickster would be the best thing for a protector. To be able to go invisible, dismount, stay invisible, run into the enemy team with those quick legs, extra movement speed, and just taunt everyone when your team runs in there. Maybe you work with an Archmage, so basically y'all are all invisible, but you have that extra length, that extra that reach to get into the enemy team, taunt them all, and throw them off. It's gonna be really powerful. But then the boar is pretty amazing too. In fact, I could see maybe even a combo to where you got a boar and a fox. The protector goes in invisible, taunts everyone, and then that allows the boar to get in there and then stun everyone for 4 seconds. That seems OP. That seems way overpowered, but we'll see what it actually looks like once someone, actually gets these skills. But it seems awesome. I could see a boar with a fox, the protector, and a boar as the new witch doctor. Oh, and look at this. You can see here, this guy's already got the boar. People are grinding really hard in the OBT. They're getting some amazing stuff already. And so this guy's hit it pretty hard, and this guy's got the fox. I'm not exactly sure where we got this picture, but you can see a close-up of the armored boar. Looks really... I'm hearing that it is like crazy impossible. Not impossible, but it requires a good team if you're going to get to the guaranteed armored boar. Let me go show you guys that real quick. Basically, advancing in the leagues is not something that is easy to do. Your power rating gets way harder. The different portals, it seems like there's 8 different combinations. According to players, there's only 8. I think that's not like we did the research. That's just a player guess, which is honestly usually wrong. Player guesses are pretty bad. But when you get into the portal, you can see that as you rank up, this number right here, enemy health and strength, increases. And it gets to the point where it's just ridiculously hard to get there. So, and that goes up as your league points go up. So once you get to the this point right here, the gold league, you're going to be dealing with crazy difficult challenges. Some people have said that it takes like 5 fire bows to get through one of these. And so that's where, this is where, all Kafir updates have a little bit of a pay to win aspect. If you're wanting the rank 1 armored boar, then you're going to have to, it's going to be a rare item. You're probably going to have to spend money unless you're super rich in this game. If you've been following my tutorials, or if you're just good at the game and you've been going for a while, then you may be able to do it, but you're going to be consuming a lot of resources to get these special items, which honestly, now that I know that the armored boar is no different than the normal boar, which is attainable to free-to-play players by using this line, I actually don't have a problem with that. Like you can get the boar. It's not going to be as pretty looking, but you can get the boar through free-to-play play. Okay, they made this level 4 witch doctor free-to-play, and there's no extra requirements. As soon as you hit level 60, you're done. Like you get the class. Okay, so that's pretty amazing. The Archmage is super pay to win, and the devs just decided that they're going to give a level 4 class. The only other level 4 class besides the Archmage, they're now going to give it away to free-to-play players, just for doing the work. And this is attainable to you guys. You just got to do the quests each day, and you gotta rank up. It's going to take work, but you can do it. And it's possible that they could ruin this season again by a last second change. I hope they learned from their mistakes last time. Like, that was really bad. Like, people really were upset about that, and it definitely has lowered the morale of the game. But my guess is that they've kind of figured out, okay, we're not going to add coins in here. We're not going to get shut down this time. So it seems like the devs are making a good update, and that hopefully, that it's not going to get shut down this time. It's not going to create an issue. So, and if it doesn't, then literally they just gave a level 4 class to free-to-play players, which I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. They gave the best armor in the game to free-to-play players. You just got to play the game, and that could make the game really active. I don't know if it's going to make it active in zones, which is going to make it hard to find PvP, but it'll probably make it probably, if people are playing the game more, then there'll probably be more people PvPing. So maybe the zones will be more active, just by the nature of more people playing the game. That'd be my hope. But I really like season 1, even though they kind of, you know, hurt it by getting our hopes up about like a repair table or whatnot, and then just like totally changing it and making it 3 times harder. It still was a good season. It made the game more active. I ended up liking it. It's better than the seasons of the other games that I really just don't like. It's just but I don't know. So I really want this game. This update is making me really want to have a good PvE team, which I haven't had in a while. I'm just debating on how much how much I want that boar. But it would be pretty awesome to rank up. And so we'll see. We'll see if they change the update or not. If they don't change it, I mean, I kind of want to do it. I want to go at it. And so, but it is going to require playing daily. Yeah. And being wealthy. You know, in some of my accounts, I'm very wealthy. Doing this is no big deal. But even in the accounts that I'm not that wealthy, you're gonna just do these, right? Kill 5 monsters or animals in the tombs. That's an easy quest. Do them as many as you can, as often as they can, and that's gonna rank you up in this season. And if you are consistent about it and you do a good job with it, you will get the new armor and you'll get the level 4 class, which that's amazing. You know, the fact that they made it available to free-to-play players, and then if you get the boar or the fox, like, you're set. Like, that's a good item. Even at level 1, you're going to get the new inventory slots. You're going to be able to get a chance at getting some of those legendary stats, and you'll just roll them with other. Now, one thing to keep in mind with that is the best place to try to reroll your stats for the boar now, because you can get, unless they changed it, you can get a legendary stat and the purple stats at a level 2 or a level 3. The best place is to try to start rerolling at level 2. So you put like 3 level 1 horses with the level 1 boar, and you would, you know, roll that stat to get it to a level 2. But then after that, you're going to connect that level 2 boar with a level 2 wild horse, or just level 2 animal, and you're going to just keep re-rolling that one stat over and over again. Eventually you're going to it's going to be a level 3 boar, okay? But you're going to try to re-roll that stat as many times as you can until you get one of those perfect stats. Unless you have one of those 3 ideal stats, like if you're the fox, you're going to want that invisibility, one of the 2 invisibilities, or the quick step. Unless you have that, don't ever connect it with more than one other animal, because you're just going to want to re-roll that stat over and over again, and then eventually it'll become a level 3. Now, in order to re-roll that stat, you got to combine it with level 3 animals. So then, but you do have 2 things. So then go re-roll it again, 1 level 3 animal at a time. Re-roll it, re-roll it, re-roll it, because that's going to be the cheapest way to re-roll those stats, because it just gets literally 4 times as expensive, and then 4 times again. Actually more than 4 times when you get it to level 4. So you don't want to be trying to re-roll your stats when you have a level 4 animal. It's way too expensive. Okay, do y'all understand what I'm saying? If not, I'll make another video to explain it. Let me know in the comments if that made sense to you. But basically, the short of it is, when you get one of these level 1 animals, you're going to combine it with 3 other level 1 animals, and select it. Watch my video on how to breed animals. Select it so that you get it to level 2, and then at that point, you're going to just connect your level 2 fox or your level 2 boar with one other level 2 animal to keep, and then make sure you keep the boar, and then you're going to re-roll that stat over and over and over again until you get the stat that you want. Hopefully you will get the stat before it turns to a level 3. And then once you get the stat, you're like, oh my gosh, I got the most amazing stat. This is what I want. Then combine it with 3 level 2 animals. Keep the stat and the boar. Or if you keep the stat, it'll automatically keep the boar. Then get to the level 3, and then you have 2 stats to re-roll. Combine, then you're going to have your level 3 boar or level 3 fox with 1 stat hopefully you love, 1 stat you don't. So then you're going to do that level 3 with 1 other level 3 horse or 1 other level 3 animal. Combine them 1 at a time, keeping that stat each time, trying to re-roll that other stat. Or if you didn't get the stat you needed, then try to re-roll both stats. It's going to be cheaper the lower level your horse is, or your boar or fox is, and you're going to just re-roll it until you get the stats that you want. Once you get to level 4, hopefully you have 2 stats you absolutely love, and every once in a while when you get another level 4 animal that you don't care about, which is how often does that happen, then you can re-roll for that last stat. Make sure to select, keep these 2 stats that I love, and then re-roll for that last stat to try to go for the perfect animal. I don't necessarily recommend that because this is really expensive to just give up level 4 animals to re-roll 1 stat, but it is what it is if you want the perfect animal. And so I think that the fox, with those stats I mentioned earlier, the 2 invisibility ones and the quick step, is going to be the best animal for a protector. If you've got that, you're going to just absolutely throw teams off like crazy. They're just going to have no clue what hit them. And it's going to be more powerful than the Archmage Protector combo, which is already such a powerful combo in this game. And then if you're the Witch Doctor, which is a really powerful class, I think the Boar is going to be where it's at for you. Just to be able to stun people, you're super tanky, just get in there and harass the other team. It's going to be, and not to mention if they're stunned, you can get off several of those hits, build up your stacks. That's going to build you up some resistance. If you don't know what I mean, the Witch Doctor, every time you use a skill, you have that bottom skill, that damage absorption, you become even tankier. So not only do you have 290 health, but you will also have a crazy amount of resistance to make it to where people just can't do a lot of damage to you. And so by having the Boar, you'll be able to charge in there, stun everyone, get maybe 2 hits in. That's going to get your damage absorption up so that when they start actually doing damage to you, you've already got a lot of damage absorption. Also, keep in mind, if you're the Witch Doctor, you can build up your damage absorption by hitting mobs on your way to a team fight. So keep that in mind. So that's it, guys. This is a huge update. I'm still finding more and more things. Like, I'm going to go into Odin, see if you can ride a horse in the middle of Odin's. See if you can ride a fox. See if you could go invisible and just skip a huge section of Odin's. I don't know. There's so much to figure out about this update because there's so much content in it. So I'm going to go figure that out, and I'm going to keep making videos for you guys so that by the time this update drops, y'all know everything you need to know about it. All right, guys. See you next time.